A College Organization Guide at Higher Ed. Chapter 1. Professional Organizations and Associations in Higher Education at higher-ed.org/orgs1. Higher Education Organizations. Association for the Study of Higher Education. higher-ed.org/international. American Educational Research Association. ERA.net. American Association for Higher Education. AI.org. American Association of Colleges for Teacher Education. AACT.org. American Association of Collegiate Registrars and Admissions Officers. AACRAO.com. American Association of Community Colleges. Serves 2-year technical and vocational institutions worldwide. aacc.ncha.edu. American Association of School Administrators. aasa.org. American Association of University Professors. aaup.org. American Federation of Teachers. aft.org. Association of American Universities. aau.edu. Association of European Universities. unigi.ch/cre. Association for Institutional Research. airweb.org. Association for Supervision and Curriculum Development. ascd.org. Association for the Study of Higher Education. ash.missouri.edu. Association of Governing Boards of Universities and Colleges. agb.org. College and University Professional Association for Human Resources, CUPA-HR. CUPA-HR.org. Collegiate Information and Visitor Services Association. CIVSA.org. The Collegiate Way, Residential Colleges and Higher Education Reform. collegiateway.org. Council for Advancement and Support of Education. CASE.org. Council of Chief State School Officers. ccso.org. Educationalists, a groups of teachers and IT professionals who have established a website. United Kingdom. Educationalists.co.uk. NAFSA, Association of International Educators. nafsa.org. National Association of College and University Business Officers. nacubo.org. National Association of Educational Buyers. Procurement website. NABE.org. National Association of Secondary School Principals. NASB.org. National Association of Student Personnel Administrators. NASBA.org. National Education Association. NEA.org. National PTA. PTA.org. Scholarly Societies. SCHOLARLY-SOCIETIES.org. SCHOLARLY-SOCIETIES.org/education_soc.html. Society for College and University Planning. SCUP.org. Society for Research into Higher Education. srhe.ac.uk. State Higher Education Executive Officers. SHIO.org. A list of college policy organizations at higher-ed.org/policy. American Council on Education. asenet.edu. Association of American Colleges and Universities. aacu-edu.org. Association of American Universities. aau.edu. Carnegie Classification Definitions. edukos.edu/memdir/carnegie/carnegie-def.html number sign teach. Carnegie Classification of Institutions of Higher Learning. carnegiefoundation.org/CIHE. The Collegiate Way, Residential Colleges and Higher Education Reform. collegiateway.org. Commission on Independent Colleges and Universities. Association. CICU.org. Committee on Education and the Workforce, U.S. House of Representatives. House.gov/EEO. Council of Higher Education Management Associations. CHEMA-COLORADO.edu. High/Scope Educational Research Foundation. highscope.org. Higher Education Funding Council for England. hegce.ac.uk. Higher Education Funding Council for Wales. nis.ac.uk/education/hegcw. The Hudson Institute. Policy. hudson.org. International Association of Universities. unesco.org/IAU. Internet Resources for Institutional Research. airweb.org/links. Midwestern Higher Education Commission. Member states are Illinois, Indiana, Kansas, Michigan, Minnesota, Missouri, Nebraska, Ohio, and Wisconsin. umn.edu/mhec. National Association of State Boards of Education. nasb.org. National Committee on Higher Education, UK. ncl.ac.uk/ncie/nav.hdm. National Council for Higher Education. nea.org/he/nche/index.html. National Education Statistical Information Systems. nices.easynet.fr. National Society for Experiential Education. nsce.org. New England Board of Higher Education. nebhi.org. NUFIC, the Netherlands Organization for International Cooperation in Higher Education. nufic.nl. Policy Center on the First Year of College. brevard.edu/fyc. Program for Research on Private Higher Education, Prof. albany.edu/prophe. Project on the Future of Higher Education, Antioch University. pfe.org. Salzburg Seminar and the Universities Project. salzburgseminar.org. Scottish Higher Education Funding Council. shefc.ac.uk/shefc/welcome.hdm. Smithsonian Institution, Education and Scholarly Services. si.edu/activity/planvis/sic/educate.hdm. Telecampus. Directory of college courses on the Internet. telecampus.edu. Western Interstate Commission for Higher Education and Universities. wichi.edu. More college organizations. American Association of Community Colleges. American Association of State Colleges and Universities. American Council of Alumni and Trustees. American Enterprise Institute. Association of American Universities. Association of University Technology Managers. Brookings Institution. Center for Individual Rights. Center for International Higher Education, Boston College. Council on Law in Higher Education. College Board Policy Analysis page. College is Possible. Consortium for Policy Research in Education. Education Commission of the States. Educational Testing Service Policy page. EDUCAUSE, Information Technology in Higher Education. Electronic Policy Network. Financial Aid page. Frederick D. Patterson Research Institute, the College Fund. UNCF. Indiana Education Policy Center. Institute for Higher Education Policy. Institute for Research on Higher Education, UPenn. Minnesota Private College Council. National Alumni Forum. National Association of College and University Business Officers. National Association of Colleges and Employers. National Association of State Student Grant and Aid Programs. National Association of State Universities and Land Grant Colleges. National Association of Student Financial Aid Administrators. National Bureau of Economic Research. National Center for Higher Education Management Systems. National Center for Post-Secondary Improvement. National Center for Public Policy in Higher Education. National Council of State Legislatures. Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development, Education. Employment and Social Policy Directorate. Policy Center Network, links to college and university educational policy centers. Post-secondary education opportunity, newsletter on post-secondary cost and access policy. Rockefeller Institute, SUNY Albany. Society for Research into Higher Education, England. Southern Regional Education Board. State Higher Education Executive Officers Association. Virginia Center for Educational Policy. Virginia Project on the Economics of Higher Education, U of Virginia. Western Interstate Commission on Higher Education. Williams Project on the Economics of Higher Education, Williams College. World Bank, Education Programs. Chapter 2. Professional Organizations and Associations in Higher Education at higher-ed.org/orgs2. Worldwide College Organizations. hero.ac.uk, Higher Education in the United Kingdom. usc.edu/department/education/global, USC Center for Global Education. d.org, Global Higher Education Exchange. salzburgseminar.org, Salzburg Seminar and the Universities Project. epu.uwc.ac.za, Educational Policy Unit, University of the Western Cape, South Africa. adm.monash.edu.au/chade, Centre for Higher Education Development, Monash U. Australia. cshe.unimlb.edu.au, Centre for the Study of Higher Education, Melbourne, Australia. www.icdl.open.ac.uk, International Centre for Distance Learning, the Open University. education.monash.edu.au/centers/mcre/mcre.hdm, Monash Centre for Research in International Education. aci.mta.ca/mta teach, teaching and number 038, Learning Committee at Mount Allison U. Canada. siu.no, Centre for International University Cooperation. bc.edu/cihe, International Higher Education. skvc.lt/www.skvc/en/about_us.hdm, Lithuanian Center for Quality Assessment in Higher Education. u20.nl/cheps, Center for Higher Education Policy Studies, the Netherlands. education.monash.edu.au/centers/mcre, Monash Center for Research in International Education. hayc.org, Higher Education Information Center. shiksha.com, India Higher Education Portal. mzt.hr/mzt/eng/activities/hidu/higher.hdm, Higher Education in Croatia. Chapter 3. Research Organizations for Education, Science, etc. Research centers and organizations, mostly in education. Academy for Educational Development. aed.org. American Youth Policy Forum. ipf.org. Brookings Center for Public Policy Education. brookings.edu. Campus Computing Project. campuscomputing.net. Center for Education Reform. edreform.com. Center for Higher Education Policy Analysis, University of Southern California. usc.edu/department/chepa/centerinfo.hdm. Center for International Higher Education, Boston College. bc.edu/bc_org/avp/soe/cihe/center.html. Center for Law and Social Policy. clasp.org. Center for Post-Secondary Research and Planning, University of Indiana. indiana.edu/tilde/rug/ctrdir/cprp.html. Center for Research in Educational Policy, University of Memphis. coe.memphis.edu/coe/crep/crep.html. Center for Research on Education, Diversity and Excellence, University of California, Santa Cruz. creed.ucsc.edu/homepage/home.html. Center for Research on Evaluation, Standards, and Student Testing, University of California, Los Angeles. CREST96.csc.ucla.edu. Center for Social Organization of Schools, Johns Hopkins University. scov.csos.jhu.edu. Center for Studies in Higher Education, UC Berkeley. ishi.lib.berkeley.edu/cshe. Center for the Study of Higher Education, Australia. cshe.unimlb.edu.au. Center for the Study of Higher Education, Pennsylvania State University. ed.psu.edu/cshe/htdocs/overview/overview.htm. Center for the Study of Teaching and Policy, University of Washington. departments.washington.edu/ctp-mail. Center for the Study of Testing, Evaluation, and Educational Policy, Boston College. www.csteep.bc.edu. Center for Urban Community College Leadership, New York University. nyu.edu/education/alt/center/center.htm. Center on Education Policy. ctredpol.org. Center for Higher Education Transformation, South Africa. hsrc.ac.za/chet. Community College Research Center, Teachers College, Columbia University. tc.columbia.edu/%7eie/ccrc/about.htm. Compact for Learning and Citizenship. az.com/tilde-pickerel/lc_overview.html. Consortium for Policy Research in Education. Members, University of Pennsylvania, Harvard University, Stanford University, University of Michigan and University of Wisconsin-Madison. upenn.edu/gse/cpre. Consortium for Policy Research in Education, University of Wisconsin, Madison. wser.wisc.edu/cpre. Council for Aid to Education. cae.org. The Higher Education in the Digital Age project at the University of California at Berkeley. ishi.lib.berkeley.edu/cshe/projects/university. EdSource. ecs.org. Education Commission of the States. ecs.org. Education Policy Institute. educationpolicy.org. Education Policy Research Institute. educationalliance.org/research.htm. Educational Policy Unit, University of the Western Cape, South Africa. epu.uwc.ac.za/about.htm. Educause. educause.edu. Advancenet. Technology in Schools. advancenet.org. Higher Education Research Institute, University of California at Los Angeles. gcs.ucla.edu/huri/huri.html. Indiana Education Policy Center. veritas.ucs.indiana.edu/IEPC/news.html. Institute for Education and Social Policy, New York University. nyu.edu/iesb. Institute for Higher Education, University of Georgia. service.uga.edu/ihe. Institute for Higher Education Policy. ihep.com. Institute for Public Policy and Social Research. ippsr.msu.edu. irhe.upenn.edu/irhe, Institute for Research on Higher Education, University of Pennsylvania. irhe.upenn.edu/irhe. Institute for Responsive Education. resp-ed.org. Institute of Education, United Kingdom. ioe.ac.uk. Internet Resources for Institutional Research. airweb.org/links Learning Productivity Network, SUNY University at Buffalo. gse.buffalo.edu/org/lpn/lpn.htm. National Center for Higher Education Management Systems. nchems.org. National Center for Improving Student Learning and Achievement in Mathematics and Science, University of Wisconsin. wser.wisc.edu/ncis-law. ncpi.stanford.edu, National Center for Post-Secondary Improvement, Stanford University. ncpi.stanford.edu. National Center for Public Policy in Higher Education. highereducation.org. National Center for the Study of Adult Learning and Literacy, Harvard University. gseweb.harvard.edu/NCSALL. National Center on Education and the Economy. ncee.org. National Center on Educational Outcomes, University of Minnesota. cold.umn.edu/nceo. National Research and Development Center on English Learning and Achievement, University of Albany, State University of New York. cella.albany.edu. National Research Center on the Gifted and Talented, University of Connecticut. ucc.yukon.edu/www.gt/nrcgt.html. National Science Foundation. nsf.gov. Peabody Center for Education Policy, Vanderbilt University. peabody.vanderbilt.edu/pbdy_ctr. Policy Analysis for California Education. www.gse.berkeley.edu/research/pace/pace.html. Policy.com. Policy.com. Public Agenda. publicagenda.org. Rand Institute on Education and Training. rand.org/centers/education. Regional Technology in Education Consortia. rootc.org. Thomas. www site for the U.S. Congress. thomas.loc.gov. TIMSS International Study Center, Boston College. www.csteep.bc.edu/timss. UC Santa Cruz Institutional Research and Policy Studies. planning.ucsc.edu/irp/stratpln/linklist.htm. U.S. Department of Education. ed.gov. Office of Educational Research and Improvement. ed.gov/offices/ORI. Integrated Post-Secondary Education Data System. nces.ed.gov/iped-serially-release/index.html. National Educational Research Policy and Priorities Board. ed.gov/offices/ORI/NAPPB. National Institute on Educational Governance, Finance, Policymaking, and Management. ed.gov/offices/ORI/GFI. National Network of Regional Educational Laboratories. The Office of Educational Research and Improvement of the U.S. Department of Education funds 10 regional educational laboratories around the nation. sedel.org/rels.html. Appalachia Educational Laboratory, incal.org. Laboratory for Student Success. temple.edu/departments/LSS. Mid-Continent Regional Educational Lab. mcrl.org. North Central Regional Educational Laboratory. ncrl.org. Northwest Regional Educational Lab nwrl.org. Pacific Region Educational Lab. w3.prel.hawaii.edu. Southeastern Regional Vision for Education. serve.org. Southwest Educational Development Laboratory. sedel.org. Virtual Center for Research on Graduate Education. cgsnet.org/vcr/default.htm. WestEd. Improving Education and Other Opportunities for Children, Youth, and Adults. west.org. College research centers and websites at higher-ed.org/research-centers. nsf.gov, list of 36 federally funded research and development centers, FFRDC, compiled by the NSF. ncpi.stanford.edu, National Center for Post-Secondary Improvement, Stanford U. ishi.lib.berkeley.edu/cshe/projects/university, higher education in the digital age, UC Berkeley. bc.edu/cihe, the Boston College Center for International Higher Education. carnegiefoundation.org/home.hdm, Carnegie Foundation for the Advancement of Teaching. brevard.edu/FIC, Policy Center on the First Year of College. ihep.com, Institute for Higher Education Policy. tc.columbia.edu/academic/O##038 Department/Centers and Institutes/Institute of Higher.hdm, Institute of Higher Education, Columbia University. ed.arizona.edu/departs/hired/hidnfo.hdm, Center for the Study of Higher Education, U Arizona. higher.ed.org/syllabi/index.html, aera/ash Higher Education Syllabus Project. unesco.org/iau, International Association of Universities. stanford.edu/group/susc/research/siher.html, Stanford Institute for Higher Education Research. ishi.lib.berkeley.edu/cshe, Center for Studies in Higher Education, UC Berkeley. soe.umich.edu, Center for the Study of Higher and Post-Secondary Education, U Michigan. usc.edu/department/chepa, Center for Higher Education Policy Studies, USC. ed.psu.edu/cshe, Center for the Study of Higher Education, Penn State U. gcs.ukla.edu/huri/huri.html, Higher Education Research Institute, UCLA. system.missouri.edu/poly/leadership/ldp_program_content.htm, President and number 8217, S. Academic Leadership Institute. collegevalues.org, Center for the Study of College Student Values. irhe.upenn.edu/knight/knight-main.html, Knight Higher Education Collaborative. eagle.cc.ugans.edu/%sign7ect/resources/websites.html, Directory of Teaching Centers. niche.org, New England Resource Center for Higher Education. educ.um.edu.mt/mep, Comparative Education Program in Euro-Mediterranean Studies. hui.net, Higher Education Washington, Inc. musgrave.ccu.edu.au/clp, Online Collaborative Learning in Higher Education. gse.buffalo.edu/org/inthig Hired Finance, International Comparative Higher Education Finance and Accessibility Project. curry.edschool.virginia.edu/curry/centers, U Virginia, Curry School Centers. wiki.edu, the Western Interstate Commission for Higher Education. umn.edu/mhec, Midwestern Higher Education Commission. depaul.edu/%sign7e Tangelo/assessment, SNL Assessment Center. www.ctl.stanford.edu, Stanford U Center for Teaching and Learning. hre.ed.uiuc.edu/occrl, Community College Research, U Illinois. acu.ac.uk/chems/chems.html, Commonwealth Higher Education Management Service. gse.buffalo.edu/org/lpn, the Learning Productivity Network. wings.buffalo.edu/faculty/research/ccgse/gkaindex.htm, Global Knowledge Alliance, U Buffalo. ctl.duke.edu, Center for Teaching, Learning and number 038, Writing, Duke U. abo.fi/instut/hide/teacher.htm, Teaching Tips, Higher Education Development International, Finland. weber.u.washington.edu/%7ecidr web/cidr.html, Center for Instructional Development and Research, U Washington. enm.maine.edu, University of Maine Distance Education Center. CHIMA. Colorado.edu, Council of Higher Education Management Associations, CHIMA. Guys.org, Global as Education website. PolicyCenter.org, the California Higher Education Policy Center. rrpubs.com/heproc/index.shtml, Haproc Emporium. educause.edu, Educause. rockinst.org/hideuc.htm, Public Higher Education Program, Rockefeller Institute of Government. highereducation.org, National Center for Public Policy in Higher Education. center.rpi.edu, Center for Academic Transformation, Tech-related. chiba.com, Consortium for Higher Education Benchmarking Analysis. nces.ed.gov/quicktables, National Center for Educat. Iona Statistics search tool allows you to locate all tables/figures published in the inventory.